why discipline is the fastest way to freedom. And essentially, a lot of people feel discipline is restriction, but it's not. It's access to peace, power, and ease. So discipline equals freedom, is what a lot of people need to understand. The more disciplined you are, the more freedom you're going to have to do the things that you want to do. And that's certainly been the case in my life. For example, for instance, it's 10:54 a.m. at the time of recording. I've already accomplished and complete my main task for the day. I've meditated, I've prayed, I've exercised, I've done a whole work, like several work blocks on my online work so that I'm ahead of the game. And yeah, I'm pretty available. And that's because I discipline myself to rise early at 5 a.m. every single day without fail. No weekends off, none of that stuff. I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. And that's just one part of freedom. Now I can do whatever I want. I can go riding out on my motorcycle. I can go to the beach. I can go and sip pizza. I can go and do all these things because of the discipline that I've already established. And there's a connection between discipline and living righteously. And that connection is, my discipline increased when I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped using marijuana. I stopped using drugs and alcohol in general. Then I turned away from fornication and casual sex. I turned away from that life. Your discipline increases. And the more your discipline increases, the more your strength increases. And the more your strength increases, the more you have more energy to do and manifest whatever you want to do. So there's certainly a connection with living righteously. Waking up early, staying away from the clubs, the bars, and all these things that usually are sinful environments and sinful places. So there's certainly a connection there. And yeah, just having a structure, because discipline to me is routine. Discipline to me is structure. And when you have a structure to your day, so every single part of my day is planned, like even if it's a break time. So between 5 and 6, I have an hour for aerobic exercise. An hour. In that hour, I do aerobic exercise. I do some reading. I do some meditation. I do some journaling, if I can. But I fit it into the hour between 6 and 7:30. That's my first focused work block. And within that work block, I have things that I'm doing and tasks to complete. 7:30 to 8 o'clock, I take a 30-minute break. This is where I usually go out and stretch, go for a morning walk, and the sun is out hitting my face, collecting that vitamin D early, stretch my legs, move. I try not to sit down at a desk for too long because it's not what we're supposed to be doing as humans, but it's often what a lot of us are doing. We're sitting down at computers all day. So I do my best to stand. And then after that time, I've got another work block. Then I've got a workout session. Then everything's just planned. And once you stick to a structure and a routine for a certain amount of time, you'll find that, hold on, I'm finishing the work before I'm finishing what I need to do. Then you have more time to do other things and put towards other elements or parts of your life. So, which is the reason I'm bringing this video to you now, actually. So some direct quotes from my journals. With discipline and focus, life becomes easy and you become free. So yeah, the more discipline you have, like the more things become easier for you. And here's a quote from The Peaceful Warrior. It's a book by Dan Millman. Everything in moderation can only be made possible by a life full of discipline. So it says, like, I don't drink alcohol, but if I drank alcohol today, it's not gonna affect me. Well, it will affect me, but I can bounce back a lot quicker because of the discipline that I have beforehand. I can snap back. Let everything you do be with absolute purpose. Don't go out your way for anything. And this is just more about like if you have something to do outside of your house or you're going somewhere, you should know exactly what you're going to do. Like, for example, if you know you have to go to the supermarket, take a list. Don't be sucked in by the advertising. Like, every single action, you should have the absolute and the utmost purpose, because this is discipline. Like, if you go to the store and then all of a sudden you're just picking things out, guys, that's for children. It's not ideal. It's undisciplined. Like, you want to be disciplined in every single thing that you do. So even if you're just going for a walk to stretch your legs, or I like to go for a 5 to 15 minute walk, I'd say it's 10 to 15 minute walk, post my one solid meal for the day. Also, fasting is something I incorporate. Fasting is a form of discipline. Eating one meal a day is a form of discipline. Meditation, if you've ritualized your meditation and prayer disciplines, those are disciplines. Rising early is a discipline. Walking in the woods is a discipline. Like, there's so many disciplines. Being clutter-free and cleaning is also a discipline, because once you realize how important it is, you're going to make time for it. And yeah, so that's super important to me, because I used to walk around, wander aimlessly, just seeing what I might attract. And that's when you're more likely to have negative experiences and things like that. I don't have negative experiences now, because one, I'm not using drugs and alcohol. Because if you're using drugs and alcohol, it's no doubt that you might attract a negative experience. But now, and even if a negative experience tries to come to me, no weapon formed against man can prosper. So it just falls down. Excuse me. So yeah, getting your discipline up is probably one of the best things you can do for your life. And there's so many ways to incorporate it into your life. The most powerful one for me, I would say, is just being able to rise early and plan your day and plan your tasks and execute on those tasks. And then with your habits, like, I train every single morning. I do some aerobic exercise, and I get into more resistance exercise later on in the day. So I think it's the second call coming in. Nope, I've got 3 phones here. But yeah, man, that's the video. Hope you took something.